Hello. Yes, I'm naked, sort of. I've got a towel on. Yeah, I just got out of the shower. I don't want to act in this thing. I want it to be real. And I want to record things as I think about them, or before I think about them. As I start to think about them. I was thinking about that Facebook thing. I've been thinking about it more. And then I started thinking about the Me Too thing again. And I wanted to say my opinion. I wanted to do a vlog on that and what I think, and even now I want to say what I think. I think it's really valid. I think what I've got to say is really a valid point, and my opinion should be heard, and it should be part of the conversation, and that's why I keep spouting off on Facebook, I think, because I feel like what I've got to say is important too. And I've started to realise that this day and age, I've noticed that the younger people, the teenager, I don't know what generation it's called, I'm not good with that timing stuff, but the people that are around in their 20s, 18, 20-year-olds, they're on Facebook, the young ones. You got to be, I think, 18 or whatever to be on Facebook, but or however old, I have no idea. I don't hang out with kids, but mostly. But there are young people on there, and when they talk, they don't like attacking. They don't like personal attacks. They are very upfront. If you come in and you say something and you personally attack, they will say, "Excuse me," and they say it very nicely and very succinctly, and they put their argument forward in a really succinct, reasonable fashion. And it's made me listen and think, wow, something to learn. And I've noticed other people my age, Generation X, I know that, people my age are like me, like a bit dictatorial, is that the word? But arrogant, come across arrogant. I don't think it's that we're arrogant. I think it's just we think we know because we've been around for so much longer, so we know more. But I've realised that this younger audience are more interested in talking. And I thought about that, and how do you learn? How do you learn? You learn by listening. And you learn, you don't want just one set of opinions, because if that's propaganda. That is mass media. That is mass marketing. That's brainwashing. But if you've got a whole gamut of opinions, then you can learn. Now, I feel like my opinions are not mainstream. There is still a mainstream thing that I feel like is flooding Facebook, like the Me Too thing. I feel like there is a mainstream thing, and I feel like governments, the patriarchy, Illuminati, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the powers, the money makers, whatever you want to call it, whatever you call it, that you think it is, whatever. I don't know. I have my own theory. But, which maybe I'll go into one day, but I doubt it. It's not really the place for it. But whatever that is infiltrating everything, because that is where how money's made. So marketing, it comes through advertising, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, that's on Facebook. So, okay, I've worked that one out. But does that mean Facebook is that? I don't think so. Because I think there's enough differing opinions on Facebook, and there are enough trolls like me, and I don't think we should stop. I think we need to make sure we're coming from a space of love. I think I need to check myself before I wreck myself, because, and I've had lots of people say to me, there's a way you say things. and you can get more things with honey and blah 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 blah. I know, but if you make someone angry, they go and they think about it later on. If you piss them off enough, I do it that way. I don't give a shit, and I do it enough that it pisses them off, but enough that that it doesn't get me kicked off or hurt people or without doing personal attacks. However, as I said, I found myself getting into a state where I'm arguing with friends over issues that don't need to be argued. That needs to be checked. I need to check myself, like, because I am there falling into insane sport. And I think it doesn't matter where you go or what you do, you're going to be part of something. There's going to be good and bad in it. So wherever you go or whatever group you're in or whatever thing you're interested in or whatever you're doing, there's going to be an element of good in it and an element of bad in it, and it's up to you to choose which element you're going to use of it. And I've realised that I've been being a cunt and arrogant, and I don't think most people will see a big change because I do think that I have a way about me that makes people annoyed, that makes them think, and I don't want to stop that because, as I said, I think my opinion is valid, and I think what I've got to say should be part of the conversation because someone has to say it and someone needs to put in some opposing views somewhere. Because sometimes I think you guys don't think, or some people don't think. Like, if I'm arguing with you, it's because I think you don't think, and I just want you to think. So, and I don't care what you think. I'm of the same agreement that we can all have an opinion. So, people say you're right to disagree. Not always. Sometimes I just think you're outrightly wrong, and I just totally think something's wrong, and there's nothing like pedophilia. There's nothing that's going to convince me that pedophilia is right. I'm sorry, it's wrong in every way, shape, and form. So there's no way, there's no times that it's right ever. So there's certain things that are wrong, and that's it. But they're very few and far between. Like, I would say rape, pedophilia, murder, wrong, definitely. But eating poo, I don't think that's a really good idea either. But some people have to do it because they've got no food. So who am I to judge? But if it was my world, I'd say no eating poo because I'd make sure everyone had food. But that I would put that on the list with those three. But apart from those three, what else is wrong, really? What else is wrong? Like, you can't judge. There's all different circumstances to all different things, so not judging is good. So as much as I might sound like an arrogant asshole, I have to remember to be in a state of not judging, I think, when I'm on Facebook. Don't judge. So, because I do find myself becoming a bit judgmental, and that's something I don't like. So I'm still going to ponder on this issue of Facebook, but I just thought I'd quickly record it while I was thinking about it, and I didn't want to think about it without recording it because I wanted to think about it while I was recording it, so that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking as I'm talking out loud. That's how I work. Sometimes I talk out loud to myself. I'm the best counsellor I know. I literally ask myself questions and answer them sometimes. Yeah, I talk to myself. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I am. I'm crazy. I'm not insane. Okay? I'm crazy. Whew. What would I say to Eminem? It's my living wish to meet Eminem, and I always leave a message at the end of every vlog. What would I say to Eminem? I'd say, Eminem, I understand why you don't get on Facebook. Yeah. Why you're not a social warrior, a social keyboard warrior. I do. I think it's good that you don't do that. You're one of the few famous people that don't. It's interesting that the president does. It's nice, a personal touch in a way, but then maybe it's too personal. Maybe you're being removed when you're at that status, or put on that level that it's better to be mysterious. So, with you on that one. But me, I'm just going to be loud and proud on Facebook, I think. I'm still considering. I don't know. See, I'll think about it some more. See, love you, bye.